I'm beautiful. Kolakuya ati ngutuno kuanaru. Lepamba manabu. Lepamba nake. Korinake na mabina lepe hakare. Ambanaru. Guadalugato. I am dark and beautiful and I know. I am different. Yeah, I am dark and beautiful and I know. Unique and fine. I'm a fine girl. Yes, that's an affirmation. Yeah. Guys do these things everywhere. Don't live a boring life. Now there's something about trying to test your fears in public and the certain things you get to do if you want to unleash your creative power. Now, as a person, when you are reserved in doing certain things and you're like, what will people say? What will they think of me? Then definitely you're killing a lot of potential. You are killing certain opportunities for yourself. So feel free to express yourself, sing, dance. And that's why your creative power is hid, don't be too responsible. A lot of us have been told, be responsible. And that's why your creativity is hid. Refuse some of those things. Now, nobody watches football or soccer while seated. You can't unless you're not a fan. But if you're a fan, you're going to jump up. So sadness, being reserved, is another sign of depression or low self-esteem. So enjoy yourself, hype yourself, feel good in your body, in your skin, in your color, and all that concerns you. And so today is another part of it of where I got to Bodism, feeling unworthy of my body, And now that was also another crazy part of the episode. Now I want us to say, I said a lot of my content, a lot of my identity was developed from, I had so much, identity developed from the media. I want to say that the media helped me so much develop who I am. And basically, it's because we didn't have sessions where someone gets to affirm you. We never got the sessions of someone creating, letting you know who you are. And that's why I have a problem with the African syllabus. We learn about everything else. We're learning about Europe, but we don't learn about us. We don't look into inside of us. And so there's so much struggles within us as people, and yet, if this were learned, we would have avoided 90% of the problems in our lives. Now, I draw an identity because the media has a standard of beauty, physique, how your physique is supposed to look. Number one, according to the media, it's a light-skinned color. You have to be light-skinned to look beautiful. If you're not light-skinned, you are not. That's what the media portrayed, right? You're not beautiful. So you'd see that today, if you look at the skin transformation rate worldwide, a lot of it has with that mentality. Anybody who transforms their skin, they feel like, my God, I don't look good in this skin. And then there is a body shape, how your body shape is supposed to be, how your neck is supposed to be. It shouldn't be too long, it shouldn't be too short, it shouldn't be too slim, it has to be a certain way. And then an ideal face in most cases is the long face. People look at the long face. And then there are these eyes, which people call sexy eyes, And then the lips are not supposed to be too big or too small. The lips have to be a certain way. And then some people believe in the long nose. They say that the long nose is an ideal, So actually, most of us Africans are disqualified because they think our noses are so oxygen consumer. We are consuming too much oxygen. And so, of course, the ideal nose is said to be straight, and you'd realize that most people would want to straighten their noses and to look an ideal way, and they're like, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then there is a way your bust is supposed to be for a woman. And now, of course, for men, it now comes with the beards. You need to have beards to look an ideal man. For a woman, you need to have, the bust has to be there, the chest has to be there. You need to have some goodies for the man's head to rest on. And for the man, you need to have a wide chest. It has to be wide. And so if it's not wide, they say that you are not ideal. And then for the waist for women, it has to be petite, you know. They say the bottle, is it a Coca-Cola bottle? Yeah, the waist has to be slim. And so if your waist is not slim, then it's also a problem of its own. And so that's why you see a lot of white ladies who have tummy issues now. We are all trying to fix our tummies, the body stretchers, the all these things are trying to fix some of these problems. And then there is the ideal part of the, you know, how a woman's bottom is supposed to be. It has to be there. You need to have the nyash. It must be seen. And so a lot of us ladies, when we're taking pictures, you know, someone must see that, my God, the future is bright. I got the future well labeled. And then you need to have the hips, you know, as a woman, you need to have the hips. Now, of course, for a man now, the downer part doesn't matter. It's okay as long as you're a man. It's okay. And then as you slope down, your thighs shouldn't be too thick. It shouldn't be too slender. It has to be a certain way. And then when you go down to your feet, you know, it shouldn't be too, you know, it shouldn't be too big, not too small. And then again, when you slope down to the feet of a woman, someone says a woman's feet should not reach 40. The feet of a woman has to be smaller. And so there is this standard the society has shown of how ideal beauty is. And for a lady, you're not supposed to be too tall. The feet you're not supposed to reach. And so there's a way you are not supposed to be in certain spaces. And now when I looked at the societal standard of beauty, golly, I fit nowhere. I didn't qualify in any part. I am so Africanized, like extremely Africanized. And so I started drawing like, my God, there is no fire waist. Oh my God, the lips are really African. This nose, oh, we are consuming the oxygen. Hallelujah. Oh, the butt, oh, Jesus, there's no future to show somebody. And then you're looking at your whole body, you're like, God, but what were you up to? You've made people with bottle waist, you've made people with all these things. God, what's up? And so that's how I started growing into inferiority complex. Now, my sisters are beautiful. I have beautiful sisters. All of them are so beautiful. And so whenever I looked at them, I saw them as an ideal. I have so many of them. I just saw the ideally. They are so ideal. They had like all these features intact, and so they were so, you know. And so I just started feeling like, my God, maybe I'm just disadvantaged. Life has not treated me well. Life didn't give me the color. They gave me the wrong location. Now again, it is a wrong body. And again, it's a woman. Oh, Jesus, you know. So I was in that state. And so I couldn't take pictures. Whenever we took pictures with my sisters, I ran away. And they didn't understand why. But I'm like, why don't you like taking pictures? But there's a version of me that knew that, you know, I didn't look good. I knew that I would be that clone that was going to spoil the pictures. And so I would always try selfies alone. And they're like, but why do you like taking pictures alone? But that was the real struggle for me, because I felt unworthy. I felt like I was going to spoil the pictures. I felt like I was that negative energy. Guys, my childhood was very rough. Was very, very rough. And so that's where it got to. And now, of course, when I came to now getting terms into all these things, getting to understand myself, now I am working on progress. Now, what am I trying to say? Society has its standards of beauty of how you're supposed to look like. And so a lot of us are now bending ourselves or bending our bodies, you know, to look ideal. We're fixing it externally to look like. And so the more you look like, the more you lose your identity. You lose who you are. You lose the authenticity of who you are. Because I remember when I thought about transforming my body, one of my things that stressed me were my teeth here. You see this? The arrangement was not up to par. So I wanted to fix it, and I'm like, when I wanted to fix it, the reminder came to me, what do you want to look like? There is a guy who is a singer, one of the singers whom I think I sang it before. Where this guy told me, when he said Coca-Cola face, hey, Fanta face, Coca-Cola body, something like that. He was singing about, you know, having a mixture because if you change your skin. And now I'm looking at myself, but what if I try to transform my skin? Will my back survive? Will my armpits not betray me? Will my lips not betray me because I really are a bit darker? So will they not betray me? Will my scalp not betray me? So because of that, I also became reserved. Yes, and that's how somehow you see me here. But grace has been sufficient, you guys. I'm a grace story. Now, if I didn't meet Jesus, I think, my God, I don't know where I would have been. So that was my journey to an acute inferiority complex. I felt my body wasn't ideal, my color wasn't ideal, my everything about me wasn't ideal, and I just hated seeing them every day. And so it's now that I know that I'm perfectly me. I was never meant to be you. Did you know that? I know, like, you have your plans for me. You wanted me to have the thick things. You wanted me to have the bust. But baby, I wasn't meant for you. I wasn't made for you. I was made for me. I was meant to rule in this body. I was meant to rule in this skin, in this dark African skin, the motherland, you know. I hold it in my hands, and I'm supposed to rule in this body. And so that's why I just told myself, baby, what's up? Why can't you just enjoy your personality and make it right? And I think ever since I took that decision, oh my God, I've been glowing. Yeah, I've been glowing, and ever since I did that, and love yourself. There's no one who can love you more than you do. Your children will get married one day and they will leave you. We have seen people who have lost their spouses before them. The spouses died and they left them, or they left you. We have seen scenarios where husbands have abandoned wives and wives have abandoned husbands. And if you don't love yourself and you use external things to define you, then in the moment of adversity, you have nothing else. I want us to take an example of, when my validation comes from things like, let's look at things like my job. Let's look at my any other thing that makes me validated, that makes me feel okay. If my validation came from them, then I'm 3 minutes away from suicide and death. Because my husband can choose to move anytime, And that's why I encourage us, the ladies, can you build a value, something that you can give to the world, so that in case anything happens, you are safe. But number 2, as a woman, you're able to encourage more daughters to step up into their potential. I've seen a lot of us who are encouraging women, get men who are able to do this for you. What if the man is not there? What if the man is not there? And number 2, society has an ideology that women have timelines, right? They usually say after 25, your value system is coming low. So what is that one thing that is going to keep you intact in the market? It is your value, it is your purpose. So as women, I encourage us to meet purpose. Can we go back and meet purpose? Can we go back and meet ourselves? And can we have these conversations with ourselves and say, oh, who am I? Who am I while naked? Because we can't keep depending on people. We can't keep depending on people for validation, for everything. We have been blessed by God. I've seen a lot of successful women in the Bible. One of them was when they were given the privilege to have land. Remember, it was God's idea that land was given to sons. But a group of girls went to Moses and told Moses, we don't have brothers, we don't have sons. So who is going to have our land? We also have the right. And God says, yeah, give it to them. They deserve it. And so I want you to know that there's spaces for you. The Bible has been so feminine. It's supported women from long time ago, from Genesis. It had the interest of the women at hand. So I don't want you to enslave yourself as a woman and say, I want a man to liberate me. Open up your territory. Create the homes for your children. Travel the world. Get new experiences. Stop limiting yourself and say, I want a man to do this for me. What are you going to do for the man? Are you only giving a vagina? No. And I always tell people, if all you have for yourself is a vagina, you're this replaceable. If all you have is a vagina, you're this replaceable in a flip of a finger. Because every woman bows a vagina. Every woman bows a vagina. Every man bows a penis. So, what are you going to do differently? It's the value you bring on table. Okay? Can you go and work on yourself and bring something extra to the table? That's your character. That's your value. That is something else. Bring it out as a woman. And so let's encourage our girls to work. Let's encourage our girls to work. I read a story of the girls who perished at Jordan. A lot of them perished. A lot of them came back to Uganda on wheelchairs because some were mishandled by their employers. So how are we building the capacity of these girls? We need to empower the women to know that they can do things. Yes, sometimes we sometimes also need to aid our men, right? If you are there, I always tell people, the women, once their husbands are cheating on them, they will tell the side chick, if my wife ever gets to know about you, it's done. So what's the difference between you and that woman? That a husband will protect her, but then there's you, who your husband is every time showing you that I'm cheating on you, you're nothing to me, you're a very stupid woman. So go back and fix your body. You're beautiful, you're amazing, your skin should not lie to you, baby girl. You are sweet, you're beautiful in who you are. And I just hope you get to have a very beautiful, marvelous day and enjoy your personality and just feel good. Dark, beautiful. Your body is perfection. It is a perfection in that I don't care if there's no nyashu. It is a perfection. If the boobs are not enough, perfection. If there are no beards, perfection. If there is no, guess it, whatsoever people say is not enough, you are perfection in who you are. You are perfectly you. Okay? You are perfectly you. And I always tell people, if you are looking for me in another person, you'll never find me. But if you want to find Gala, I am here. So stop projecting people on me and telling me you have to look like that, you have to look like that, no. I was never meant to be them. I was meant to be me. I am perfectly me and imperfectly you. So I love you with the love of Jesus. Did you accept his lordship? God is gentle, God is kind, God is loving, and you have to accept that lordship for yourself and you never regret it, okay? Bye-bye.